Imagine you're a kid in the 80s. School ends and you race home because your favorite cartoon is on at exactly 3:30. No pause, no rewind, miss it and it's gone. Your parents are home by 6, dinner is on, news are playing on TV, and you have a barbecue planned with your neighbors on Sunday, as always. Today, there is no schedule. Watch anything, anytime, work all night, text at 2 a.m. So, what happened to the structure? And what does old school TV have to do with how everything else has changed? Let's look at what this flexibility superpower really means for how we live now. For the most of the 20th century, life came with built-in structure. You didn't have to plan every moment. The day kind of planned itself. The kids had school, cartoons came on right after, dinner was at 6, Sunday was basically off limits, no shopping, no errands, just quiet. Maybe chores, maybe church, maybe a barbecue. And then there was TV, the ultimate timekeeper. You didn't choose when to watch. The show was at Tuesday, 9 p.m. You missed it and that was it. So everyone watched together, literally. The MASH finale, 106 million Americans, almost half of the country watched it live. And in the UK, the 9 p.m. drama slot was such shared ritual, everyone got up to make tea during the ad breaks. No exaggeration, the national power grid actually tracked kettle surges when the commercials hit. They were called TV pickup events. And they were so predictable, the national grid actually planned power distribution around them. And if you were a kid, you could pretty much assume that your friends were watching the exact same cartoon at the same time, especially on Saturday mornings. It was your shared language. And it wasn't just the TV, it was the rhythm of everything. Everyone followed the same general script, not because people were coordinated, but because the life itself was coordinated. There were rules, habits, expectations, rhythms no one really questioned. And that kind of structure felt normal, even comforting. Life ran on rails, but those rails were about to be pulled up. The old system started to wobble, and TV was the first crack. In the 80s, VCRs allowed to time shift for the first time. You could record the show and watch it later, if you could figure out how to program the thing. But in the late 90s, TiVo made it easy. Pause, rewind, and binge. TV started working for you. Then came the streaming. Netflix and Hulu didn't just bend the schedule, they broke it. Entire seasons dropped out at once. You could stop the show at 2 a.m. or 2 weeks late. Even TV networks gave up on the idea of live audiences. They now track viewership over 4 weeks, because everyone is watching on their own timeline and their own bubble. And you can see it in numbers. 28% of Americans don't watch live TV on a typical day. And among under 30s, it's 41%. But the screen time overall is still rising. It's up nearly 8% since 2013. Now averaging at more than 6.5 hours a day. So, no, we didn't stop watching, we just stopped watching the same thing at the same time in the same place. It's now all scattered among platforms, devices, and timelines. And it wasn't just the adults. You remember Saturday morning cartoons? Gone. Why? Well, there are 3 main reasons. First, in the 90s, the FCC started pushing for more educational content, pushing out a lot of pure entertainment programs. Second, cable channels like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network started running cartoons all day, so you didn't have to wait for Saturday anymore. And then came streaming. Cartoons anytime, anywhere. By 2014, the last Saturday lineup was gone. The ritual was over. As one researcher put it, it's never been easier to schedule your own Saturday morning, all day, every day. It wasn't just the media. Convenience stores started staying open 24 hours back in the 60s. Eventually, supermarkets followed, so by 2000s, grabbing a cereal at 2 a.m. felt normal. Even in Europe, Sunday closures started to fade. In the UK, trading laws were relaxed in the 90s, and shops could stay open on Sunday for the first time in modern history. Then online shopping showed up and finished the job. By 2018, 1 in 15 purchases in the UK happened between midnight and 6 a.m. Cough medicine, new headphones, whatever you want. When everything is opened all the time stops being something you plan around. And then there is work. It used to be leave at 5 p.m. and you're done. Now you're carrying your job in your pocket. It's normal, expected even, to reply at night, to check Slack over the weekend, to jump on a quick Zoom at 8 p.m. A 2025 Microsoft study found 40% of people check their email before 6 a.m. The late-night meetings are up, and a third of workers logs back in around 10 p.m. Weekdays versus weekends, that line is fading too. 1 in 5 employees works through the weekend. Messages, emails, tasks, it's all blending together. Sociologists call this the 24/7 society. Not just longer hours, a full reshaping of time. The day doesn't tell you what to do anymore. You figure it out as you go. So in just a few decades, we went from shared routines to personalized timelines. And not just for TV, for everything. So what happened when we unhooked from the structure? First, freedom. You didn't have to plan every detail anymore. You just texted, running 10 minutes late, or actually, do you want to meet at the cafe instead? This is what researchers call micro-coordination, the ability to soften your schedule on the fly. No need to log 3 p.m. Saturday a week in advance. Now it's, I'll text you when I'm free. Sounds familiar, right? Dinner plans get made 30 minutes before, a streaming night happens whenever people aren't too tired. It's all fluid, all flexible. And that's the upside. More spontaneity, less pressure. You're in charge of your own schedule. But here's the thing. When everything is possible all the time, you end up constantly figuring out what, when, how, with who. No script means you're improvising every day. And it's not always as freeing as it sounds. Ever tried to make weekend plans with 5 people over text? It's chaos. Everyone is maybe, everything is TBD, and somehow nothing ever happens. That's the trade-off. We gained flexibility, but we lost the shared rhythm. Work slips into Saturdays, errands move to Sunday, and that always-on rhythm takes a toll. Irregular schedules like shift work or disrupted sleep can actually alter gene expression. We're talking about changes to genes that regulate immune function, metabolism, and how the body responds to stress. Not just our mood, our biology. No wonder researchers call this time sickness. That blurry, anxious feeling of never being fully on, but never being off either. And it's not just stress. Sociologists warn about something deeper. We're colonizing the night, turning rest time into productivity time. We stay up, working, checking, scrolling, and in the process, we break the rhythms our bodies evolved to follow. Our circadian clocks are ancient. They need day and night, start and stop. But we live in the world that just keeps going. So yeah, flexibility is a superpower. But even superpowers come with trade-offs. We are no longer following a shared script, we're each building our own. And while it can be empowering, it also means that we carry the weight of building our routines from scratch. Every day. TV was just the beginning. When we stopped needing to show up at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, something shifted. And that shift spread to work, shopping, to how we plan, how we rest. The built-in rhythms started disappearing, and with them, the kind of structure we didn't even realize we were leaning on. Now we move through our days with more choice, but also more decisions. More freedom, but sometimes less connection. We're not going back to the old way. We probably shouldn't. But maybe the real question now is, what kind of freedom do we want? Because in a world of infinite flexibility, we still crave pattern, meaning, a beat to move to. So maybe the next chapter isn't about getting the old routines back. It's about building the new ones together.
Tell us, entertainment presents nutritious breakfast. Yabba dabba delicious.
Have you heard the latest word? Fashion star Philly.
Horses and fashion sold separately.
Joelle's going to be beautiful. Her outfit's so fancy. Here's a lacy garter.